how's it going? It's me, Jaylene, also known as FORESHADOWING. I've had a lot of people, especially male-identified, ask me this one question lately. Doesn't the aspect of obtaining consent kind of ruin the mojo when you want to be the dominant lover in the bedroom? Before I answer that question though, dominate that subscribe button. Today I'm going to go over 4 key consent questions that generally show up in the bedroom and as well as in kinky play, and I'm going to go over in terms of how to say it with some dominant sexy appeal, whilst also letting your lover have a say of how to steer the bedroom play as well. It's a win and a win. In the summary of it all comes down to the wording. This is probably the biggest thing that people fear when obtaining consent. Just stopping the playtime to ask, is this okay? Can I touch you here? Have some people feeling like the hot and heavy moment sometimes collapses with these ultimately very, very important questions. So how do we add a dominant twist while still having consent? I.e., how can I look cooler and smoother? Obtaining consent in a dominant manner has 2 parts to it. For the first part of it, you want to start your dominant consent question with an assertive phrase of what you think, want, or feel. Part 2 of the dominant consent question is another assertive phrase, you telling your partner to tell you what they think, want, or feel about what you said in part 1. Like I said before, I'm going to give you 4 key consent question examples, how to say them in a dominant way, whilst a little explanation for each one. Shall we? Consent question number 1. What are your limits? The dominant example, I know exactly what pleasures I want to do to you, but I demand that you tell me what things you don't want done to you. In this example, you can see that I'm telling my partner that I'm very confident in knowing what I personally want. But not being specific, you can shape that answer of what you want to do to them after they have spoken their limits. But I also pull a dominant move in terms of demanding from them the answers of what they do not want done to them, i.e. their consent limits. Consent question number 2. Is this act okay? The dominant example, Pat, I really want you to feel breathless with my hands. But first, you're going to need to ask very politely if you want me to give you a nice choking. In this example, it shows an I statement without me outright demanding anything sexual or kinky. As demanding sexual or kinky things from your partner isn't really that consensual unless your partner has given you prior consent to. But in this example, you are simply stating what you wish to happen next. The second factor in this is that I created an opportunity for my partner or my sub to have a response in terms of what I personally just communicated that I wanted. As me telling them to ask politely is me putting the ball in their court to either A, actively ask for the choking that they want, or B, actively not ask for the choking that they don't want. And if you see or feel in your gut belly a hesitation in your partner's reaction, simply continue on the playtime without the choking or whatever act you're asking about. Really no need to make a big deal about the silent no that they're giving off. Number 3 consent question, should I go harder or stay the same? The dominant example, I'm going to spank you harder now. But speak now if you want me to continue just like this. This I sentence basically gives my partner a warning of what I'm about to do, not what I'm doing in that moment, and also is me commanding them to tell me if they want otherwise. Number 4 consent question. Are you doing okay? I.e., checking in if you feel something is off. I have 2 dominant examples for this one. I know it can feel like a lot. Let me know how you're doing. Or sweetly say, "Oh, look at you all shaking, quiet, etc. Tell me what you're thinking or feeling right now." You're not only giving the holy empathy of voicing what you are noticing they are experiencing, but you are giving them a platform to speak their truth while you are remaining in dominance. The sexy part about all these examples is that there's not actually a question outright asked, but the question of consent is always implied by you assertively telling them what direction you want to go or what actions you want to experience. And you're also giving the beautiful space though to your partner by assertively telling and commanding them to give you their yes or no responses. And remember, if you see hesitation, it equals a no, not an almost yes. If you are craving yourself a little bit more coaching in terms of how to be a little bit more assertively dominant in the bedroom, I do offer one-on-one coaching calls. My website is linked in my bio. As well, there is a bonus 5th question I have posted to my social media, the link's below as well. And I am commanding you to hit that subscribe and like button if you learned one new way of gaining consent today. Thanks for watching, everyone. It is me, FORESHADOWING.